kidding about the bark bag.
Alright, if you're ready, give me a thumbs up. Alright, go ahead and follow me here. We're just going to slow crawl for a second and make sure that it is clear as we head up out here.
It's kind of weird having one-way communication.
We've got traffic coming, so we're just going to keep idling up. Go ahead and start rolling on the some power with me now. I'm going to follow this group out, so into the gas. And just maintain, you know, no closer than 3, no farther than 5. Feel this out here. So eyes are up and through. Allow the car to go to the left. Turn in. Long constant arc in the turn 2 here. Steady throttle. Allow the car to go left of center of the track and then hold the wheel, brings it back right of center. As we turn in, we feather off the gas under the bridge. The wheel goes straight, brake, leading edge of the curve, and it's just maintenance throttle through here to keep the car composed. As we exit the S's, I'm going to draw a straight line to the entry of the next curving, brake hard, look up and through, long constant arc here, squeezing into that power as I get through the chicane, onto the brakes, ease it in. We're going to stay slow and left with me, right behind me here. Alright, back into the gas, here we go. Braking at that 50 board, eyes are up and in. Allow the car to come out, hold the wheel, brings it back across. So don't just idle through there. The apex out, we should be able to squeeze into some power as we decrease steering input. Through here, one constant wheel, one constant throttle. As I begin to straighten my wheel, I begin to add power. So you can incrementally add it. On the brakes in a straight line, ease it off, diamonding off the corner, let it come down to the leading edge, out to the outside, hold the wheel, brings it back across, adding the gas up to me. If the gap grows, here's your sign that you can accelerate a little bit. Look up and through the corner here. Long, constant arc, just trying to not cook the front left tire. As I track out, I'm going to aim at the Ferris wheel. As soon as my wheel goes straight, I brake, and then I can get my turn in for 19 here. Unwind the wheel as we pass the apex, add power, don't coast to the corner. Don't wait until your wheel is straight. I want you to start accelerating gently as soon as you're taking some wheel out. Stay slow and left with me. As soon as this group gets by, we're going to start rolling into some power here. Alright, back onto the gas. Braking at the 150 board there, nice and assertive. Eyes are up and into the left. Smooth release as we turn in. Back to maintenance throttle. As we take some wheel out, we add some power on. Hold with steering you have left, brings it back toward the left. Turn in, constant throttle, try not to add here. Leading edge of the curve, allow the car to go left of center. Hold the wheel, brings it right of center, centering off power as we come under the bridge. The wheel goes straight, brake, nice and assertively. And then it's like 20-ish% throttle through here to keep the car composed. As I leave this last corner, I drive a straight line, brake hard, enter tight. The compromise the entry for a better run through here. Through the chicane, onto the brakes, smooth turn in, smooth release as we feed into the power. The straighter up the more power we get, braking hard at the 100 board. Brake where I brake, not when I brake. Allow the car to come back over to the left here, braking straight as you pass the white line, smooth release, looking up and through. One constant arc. As we straighten the wheel, we feed the power on. Braking at the end of the curve, aiming at the giant TV, smooth turn in, look through. Allow the car to go back to the left, feather up. Patience, let it turn in, keep it composed. One long constant arc through here. Try to keep your gap closer to that 4-car length range as best as you can. Wheel goes straight, aim at the Ferris wheel, we brake. Smooth release, look through. Unwind the wheel, power on, full power for a moment. Brake at that side gantry. Smooth turn in, smooth release, a little bit of power as we pass the apex. As I straighten, I add. Eyes up the straightaway, full throttle. Patience with the power of the apex. Let the car come back over to the left. Steady turn into the right. Left of center, hold the wheel brakes in right of center. As we come underneath the bridge here, we feather off the power. Wheel straight, brake assertive, ease off, gentle throttle through here, about like 20-ish%. And then from here, I ease to the left side curving. Braking, smooth turn in, long arc through here, through the chicane, onto the brakes, ease it off, unwind, and roll into the power. Just after the 100 point, brake pedal, ease it off as I turn it in, let it come out to the outside, hold the wheel, brings it back across, wheel straight, brake on, off, looking through. One constant arc through here as we unwind the wheel in, squeeze the power. Aiming to the jumbotron, braking at the end of that curving. Smooth turn in, look up. Apex out, we unwind the wheel, feed the power on. Feather back as we turn into the long right here. Up and in, one constant arc. Wheel straight towards the Ferris wheel, we brake foot straight. Turn in once you're at the edge of the track, and you'll make the right point. Alright, one more time around here. Eyes are up the straightaway. Unwind the wheel, then feed in the power. Turn in. Hold the wheel, bring it back to the left, hold feather up, turn it back to the right. Hold your throttle through here, allow the car to go left of center. Holding wheel brings it right of center. As we come under the bridge, we feather off the gas. Straight brake. Gentle power through here. Eyes are up and in. Back sides of the curving. Brakes, smooth release, look all the way through the chicane, onto the brake, eyes are up, into the gas here, keep it coming, brake on to the 54, look up and through the corner, easing it off, let the Drop into the power, good braking as we pass the end of the curve out to the outside. Heading at the end of this lap. Alright, go ahead and follow me into pit lane here.
Well, you could have fit in with the other group.
I don't know about that. I can barely keep up with him. I was trying hard to keep up with him anyway.
You did good.
I had an M5 behind me drifting around a corner on those last couple, by the way.
Alright, when I come into staging here, I want you to pull to my left. So you're going to pull in behind these M4s here. We're going to make sure we get you back on the correct radio channel. Nice job.
Thank you. This is mine, right?
Yep.
And your phone. You don't want to have to be the one calling
No.
it. And your camera.
That's great.